Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my discussion video to talk about the Alvarez arc in Fairy Tail. Alright, now, I've said this before, okay? The Fairy Tail follows a very consistent formula. Alright, usually the arcs, they start off well, and you're thinking, alright, this is pretty good, let's see if he can keep it up. And then he doesn't, and then it just gets really bad. All right, and you're thinking, I knew this was gonna happen, but then like a halfway or three-quarters of the way through the arc, he gets really good, and you're like, oh my god, this is Fairy Tail. Oh my god, I love this. This is what I love about Fairy Tail. And then the arc ends, and it's complete total trash. It's just garbage. And but then the transition between that arc and the next arc is always really good, and then the cycle starts over again. Okay, that's how it's always been. All right, ever since the original time skip. That's just how it's been. Okay? But ever since the end of Tartarus, I've actually been loving Fairy Tail. There hasn't been anything that I've legitimately disliked. I mean, there have been a couple things here and there, but I can just chalk that up to it's Fairy Tail, you know? Like Natsu going to challenge Xerath one-on-one. Like, that's stupid. What, are you an idiot? But it's Fairy Tail, so, that's how Fairy Tail is. That's how Natsu is. So, I can't really get too mad about that. But for the most part, I've been loving Fairy Tail recently. Like, from the end of the Tartarus arc, where we got those huge reveals from Xerath. Well, well, not first, but we saw the human form of Logia, which was cool, alright? But then we heard from Xerath that he's actually Natsu's brother. Xerath Dragneel, and that Natsu was actually born 400 years ago, along with all of the other Dragon Slayers, okay? Natsu was born 400 years ago, and then he died. But then, in order to revive him, Xerath had to turn him into a demon, and Natsu is actually END, Master End. Natsu is End is Aetherius Natsu Dragneel, okay? So Natsu is the strongest demon in the Book of Xerath. Alright, if Natsu can harness that power, Natsu might become the strongest person in the entire series. He's treated like he's the strongest person in the series, but now he actually will be the strongest person in the series. Okay, so those were huge reveals. Like I don't think anybody could have ever seen that coming ever. Okay, like there's no way anybody saw any of that coming. All right, and when I read that chapter and I read those words, my entire day I was just mind blown. Like my eyes were wide, my jaw dropped down to the ground. I had to go to the hospital just to bring it back up again. Like, like, like this chapter like changed my. Okay, it didn't change my life, but this chapter was like that. That reveal was just the greatest thing in the history of Fairy Tail. No joke. That was the single greatest thing to ever happen in Fairy Tail. That reveal right there. Okay, and now Natsu just found out about it from Xerath too. And then all the other Dragon Slayers are 400 years old as well, and they got sent through the Eclipse Gate by Anna Heartfilia that was opened in the present by Layla Heartfilia. These reveals are just freaking great. Natsu knows now. Natsu knows all of this. He didn't want to believe it at first, but the second Xerath hit the Book of End, Natsu just came into ridiculous pain. He's like, that book is connected to me. It's definitely connected to me somehow, some way, you know. And it was, what was really good? When Xerath told him, listen, you want to kill me, but realize this, you are a demon from my book. So if I die, you cease to exist. And Natsu, it's like it sunk in for Natsu. He's like, and he had to make a decision. He had to say, you know what, that's okay, because you are a threat to this world, and I have to stop you, even if it means I disappear with you. And then Happy comes in and says, I know that logically this is the right thing to do. I shouldn't be putting the life of one person above the lives of everyone in the entire world. But you're pretty much my father. You're my best friend, and there has to be another way. I can't let you do this. So against Natsu's will, he forces him away from Xerath. And Natsu ends up using the last of that magic he got from Dragneel So now he has no way of beating Zeref unless he taps into his demon powers, which would be really cool, and I want to see it. I want to see it. Okay, but that was a really good moment because usually Happy is just a walking joke. Like you can't take him seriously at all. Okay, like Happy's best scenes are like cringeworthy, and you roll your eyes and you're thinking, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Like Happy defeating Jackal, and then coming, and you're thinking Happy's dead, and then he comes back with a freaking afro on his head. Like, nope, I'm cool, you guys. Like, no, no. This is not good. This is not cool. Okay, like Happy scenes are usually cringeworthy, but this was legitimate. This was a legit scene. I liked it, you know. And that's just the stuff involving Zeref and the Dragon Slayers, you know. Um, there's everything with Fairy Tail being disbanded. That caught me completely off guard. And then I like the time skip after that, where now you have to go through this period of everyone's trying to get back together and revive Fairy Tail. The stuff with Gray, that was good. Um, Godzilla and Levy being a part of it. Yeah, yeah. I could not believe when I saw this dude Godzilla in a uniform, like arresting people and crap. Yeah, that was crazy. I couldn't believe that. Yeah, Laxus in Blue Pegasus? What? Like, yeah, like, I just enjoyed all of that. Okay. And then we finally get down to the stuff with Alvarez and actually challenging them, and we meet these 12 Spriggans. Well, we get to reveal that Zeref is the king of the entire freaking continent. Okay, but then we meet these 12 Spriggans. These 12 dudes are freaking crazy. Azir is awesome. Brandish is awesome. Demario, Wall, August, like all these dudes. God Serena, they're all so great. They're all so great. And this dude Wall freaking pulled a freaking Sasori or Pain from Naruto. Like, you think that's my real body? It's not my real body. You just destroyed a puppet. Like he pulled that for that Naruto stuff. Like these dudes are crazy. And the thing is, they're so powerful that literally no Fairy Tail shouldn't be able to beat them. Blue Pegasus shouldn't be able to beat them. Sabretooth, Lamia Scale, Mermaid Heel. Okay? None of these people should be able to beat them. And here's the thing. They aren't beating them. They're all getting wrecked. This is just, it's so great. Even Urza. Urza went 1-on-1 with Azir and lost. Azir was only defeated because Bisca hit him directly with the freaking Jupiter Cannon. Okay, and he should lose to the Jupiter Cannon. He should lose to the Jupiter Cannon, but that's it. That's all he should lose to. Okay. Now, I don't know how Urza somehow was not hit by the Jupiter Cannon. Like, I guess Azir just got hit by the very edge of it or something. Like, I don't know how Urza wasn't hit by that, but but the point is, Azir got hit by it and he lost because of it. And that actually makes sense. Okay. Now, it doesn't make sense how Brandish was like, that was kind of lame. She's like coughing, all of a sudden kind of hits her from behind and knocks her around. Now she's in handcuffs and can't use magic. Like, that's kind of stupid. Because Brandish is probably the most OP of all of them. Freaking changing matter, the size of matter, she can destroy the entire continent like that. She's so OP, but I kind of understand it because all this stuff with Lucy and Brandish and Layla and Grammy or whatever, and Aquarius and all that stuff's okay. It's okay. Aquarius, her key being brought back, that kind of makes sense. Because there's no precedent for this, so I can't say that it doesn't make sense. A gold key being destroyed, there's no precedent for that, right? So it makes sense that after a set amount of time, her key would be recreated or reincarnated or something and brought back into the world. That doesn't make it. There has to it's not like she's some random silver key. She's a gold key, one of the major spirits. Okay, there's no way she can just not have a key, right? So it makes sense that after a certain amount of time her key would come back, right? Then there's this stuff about their backstories and how it's a way to make Brandish change sides and go on the side of Fairy Tail, which I'm not really a big fan. I wanted to see Brandish be a villain, but if you think about it, no one in any of these guilds can even beat Azir. How are they going to beat Brandish? They can't beat Demaria. How are they going to beat Brandish? They can't beat God Serena. God Serena just took out all the strongest of the wizard saints. How they're going to beat How are they going to beat Brandish? So there's no. They had to bring her to their side because now that's the only chance they have of winning. Because I was thinking about this. If Brandish can, is magic power considered matter? Because if she can shrink the size of their magic power, that could prevent them from using magic, including Xerath. Okay, so that Brandish being on their side could be the one thing that actually saves them and actually allows them to beat Alvarez. So that's something to look out for. All right, but that stuff was okay. It was decent. Right now, what I'm waiting for is to see everyone else learn about Natsu being the brother of Xerath, because some of them already found out about Natsu's encounter with Xerath and how he's unconscious now and he was dying, and then Brandish saved him and everything, right? But once he wakes up, they're going to ask him what happened, and if Happy doesn't tell him first, they're going to figure out Xerath is Natsu's brother and Natsu is End. Okay? Sooner or later, they're going to find out, and I'm looking forward to that. All right? But if you think about it, other than Brandish, they have no one who can beat any of the 12 Spriggans or Xerath. None of them. The only person who could possibly beat them is Natsu, and I'm talking about like, because after the time skip, what happened was Natsu came in, and he was melting Colosseums, and you're sitting here like, dude, Natsu was already OP, now he's even stronger than before. He wasn't even using lightning. But this dude came in and was melting Colosseums. But he hasn't done anything on that scale since. No, he hasn't even melted trees. He hasn't even melted trees, okay? This dude came in all powerful, but ever since then, he's been depowered. His strength has regressed. He hasn't had a feat as good as the Colosseum melting that he did in the Grand Magic Games after the time skip when he met up with Lucy. He hasn't done anything like that. So he's regressed. But if he went back to that state, he should be able to beat at least one of the Spriggan 12. At least. He should be able to. He should be able to like beat Demaria or someone. You know? He can't beat Brandish, but he should be able to beat Demaria or Wall or someone. He should be able to. God Serena, we didn't even see what he can do. All right, Hiramashima skipped over that. All right, but you know he's got to be able to beat someone, someone, Demaria Wall, someone. All right, so if and I but Hiramashima went through the trouble of depowering Natsu after that post time skip debut, so he's probably not going to bring him back up to that point. Just out of nowhere when he's melting things. The only way I can see Natsu getting stronger is if he taps into that demon power. Only then can he defeat Xerath. All right, but how are they going to what do they consider defeat? Are they going to make him change his ways? You know, are they going? They can't kill him because if they kill him, the Natsu dies too. Though that would be a good ending to Fairy Tail. That would be a good emotional ending to Fairy Tail. Want some Seaguard level crap? Okay, you all who know Rave Master know what I'm talking about, man. Yo, if we had a freaking Seaguard moment in Fairy Tail because Xerath gets defeated and therefore Natsu dies as well, that would be such an amazing ending to Fairy Tail. Because I would assume this is the final arc in Fairy Tail. Oh, I'm assuming that. Because I remember back at the Dragon King Festival, I was hearing people saying, "Is Fairy Tail ending soon? Is it ending soon?" I'm thinking, how can it end soon? We haven't gotten to Tartarus yet. We haven't gotten to Lumen Histoire. The dragons haven't showed up. They haven't faced Xerath yet. What about Jalal and all these people? But now all of that stuff's been taken care of. All of it's been addressed. Xerath is the last one, and that's what they're doing right now. So one would assume this is the last arc in Fairy Tail. And if this is the last arc in Fairy Tail, that would be such a great emotional end to Fairy Tail. If they try to stop Xerath every single way they know how, and they just can't. And the only way they can think of to defeat him, the only way that's possible for them to defeat him, is if Natsu taps into that demon power and does exactly what the demons from the Book of Xerath were meant to do, and he kills Xerath. And by killing Xerath, he himself ceases to exist, and we get an emotional, Sieg-Heart level Rukia level goodbye. Rukia, like when Ichigo lost his powers, and then like Rukia in the story was just disappeared from his vision. You know, like if we got like an emotional goodbye like that because Natsu dies defeating Zeref, that would be such an amazing ending to Fairy Tail. Then you just have the epilogue after that, and like time skip and how everyone's doing now that Natsu's gone. That would be such an amazing ending to Fairy Tail. Oh my God! Please write that. Somebody write that. Someone's got to write that. Hiro Mashima, hopefully. Um, I need to see this happen now. And, you know, it's not going to happen. It's not. They're going to find some random way to defeat Seraph. Like, they're not going to defeat him. They're going to send. They're going to like send him to freaking uh, uh, Adelas or something, and then make him their problem. That's probably what they're going to do. Or send him through Eclipse or something and send him back into the past. That way they don't have to deal with him for another 400 years. That's probably what they're going to end up doing. They're not actually going to kill him. Or they're just going to like talk and jutsu him, and then he's going to become friendly and just not want to destroy anything anymore. That's what's going to end up happening. But it would be so great if that is what happened, and Natsu died defeating Zeref, and that was just a perfect emotional end to Fairy Tail. That would be so perfect. I want to see it now, and it's not going to happen. I'm getting my hopes up, and I'm just going to be crushed. I'm just going to be crushed. But yeah, the point is, I'm enjoying Fairy Tail right now. Okay, I am enjoying Fairy Tail right now. It is actually really good. All right, and I'm looking forward to what's to come. Even if I'm going to be disappointed in the end, because the scenario I came up with is much better than anything that's actually going to happen. But I'll just leave that there. I'll just leave that there. All right, but yeah, that's it for this little discussion video. I'm enjoying Fairy Tail now, and I'll probably do weekly reviews of it too. So yeah, that's that, you guys. I'm enjoying Fairy Tail and expect more Fairy Tail videos in the future. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.